step up, Beezer, and let the people them know what going on in the heavy metal world right now.
Suicide Silence in the week's most ridiculous story.
Just the week.
Yeah, this is the most ridiculous thing that we've had to speak about in a long time. Are you
Ever?
You think that this is the most ridiculous?
I think this might. I wonder this might be the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened in music.
All right, well, let me tell what the story is first, so
Yeah.
that we can then go in on it. Suicide Silence have had some quote unquote fans petition to stop them releasing their new album, an album which I might hasten to add they haven't fucking heard yet. So where do you stand on this? Do you think this is arguably the most ridiculous thing we've covered as a podcast?
Yeah, I think it is maybe the most pathetic thing in the history of rock music. It is absolutely pathetic.
Not more than Dead. They are the most pathetic thing in the history of rock music.
You know what I mean? Like, they're just a bad band. This is mental.
Yeah, it's
This
insane.
is mental. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? I cannot... I understand that the two singles that they've released have been, let's say, incredibly divisive. They are a massive step away from what the band have done previously. They are clearly Suicide Silence trying to go out of that. I mean, I spoke to Eddie Hamida and he said, you know, we want to go out of our way to do something completely different.
You can get this coming up on that.
It's coming up.
Extra.
Yeah.
So make sure you
it's a
subscribe
real
to that.
shame that I didn't get the chance to broach this. But I cannot ever, like, if you don't like a band that they release a bad album, don't fucking listen to it, or don't buy it, don't listen to it. Just, you're not allowed to release something unless a bunch of people who previously liked your band don't. What?
I think where it begins and ends for me is, what fucking right do you have to tell an artist what they can and can't release? Like, here's the thing, like, that some fans really need to hear about their favourite bands, and that's that their favourite bands are not there to serve them. They are artists that create art for themselves because they have to go on tour and play this shit night in, night out for the next year and a half, right? So whatever art that they're going to put out, they have to believe in. Because otherwise, that's when you get infighting and all that kind of shit, because people are bored on the road if they don't believe in the art. There is a band that I know who weren't as keen on an album that they put out, and then while they were touring it, looked like it was going to fold. But that's part and parcel of being in a band. Good albums and bad albums come and go, but people, fans, and I use that term in the loosest way possible, do not have the right to tell an artist what they can and can't release. You want to protest it? Cool, don't buy it. Do you know what I mean? Maybe skip this tour if that's how you feel, which would be mental after 4 fucking banging records up to this point. If you felt strongly enough about this album that you wouldn't go and support it, then there are ways you can not support it. But
by ignoring it completely.
Well, just to think that you have the right to turn around and tell an artist what they can and can't release is fucking mental. This is unprecedented.
Yeah.
Is this...
Go and get the fucking Betraying the Martyrs album, which just sounds like any other deathcore band. If all you want is just Subdrops and Pig Squeals and fucking death, just go and buy any of the million of other bands that sound like bad Suicide Silence rip-offs that are around. Just do that.
Because deathcore has been on its arse for a bit. Like, I don't associate Suicide Silence exclusively with that scene.
No, I don't
I don't think that they are that. I think that they've branched out enough on the last 2 records. I mean, I think the Black Crown has as much in common with the debut Korn record as it does anything in deathcore, which suggests that, which, you know, spoiler, but that debut Korn record is neither hardcore nor death metal, so therefore absolutely nothing to do with deathcore. And there was as much to do with it there. Like, they haven't been a deathcore band. I mean, fuck, I don't know, man.
But I guarantee those people signing that fucking thing are those people. I bet they are.
But you can't...
I mean, I'm generalising as much as these people are generalising now, but the reason... Like, I looked at that petition and read a bunch of the comments, and it was like, I'm going to go and listen to Chelsea Grin. Fuck that. And it's like, well, yeah, do that.
Do that. That's fine.
Do that.
That's fine. Knock yourself out.
But don't go... I can't enjoy this Chelsea Grin album with the idea that Suicide Silence have an album out that I don't like. How will I get? Somebody might be listening to it. It's really getting on my nerves. Like fucking hell.
I can't.
Fucking hell.
I always revert to movies on this. I can't imagine, right? I'll give you an example, right? When Peter Jackson, who directed Lord of the Rings, but way back when was like a splattercore horror fucking director.
Yeah.
Like, if he wants to go and do fucking Lord of the Rings and King fucking Kong, then he's more than welcome to. I'm not going to try and round up the masses and go, no, you should still be doing films like Brain Dead and Bad Taste. I don't have that right.
That'd be good.
Yeah, man. Like, don't get me wrong. If he does it again, I'm there. But, this is what happens. And also, man, I mean, if this petition came out after the album came out, right? Like, have it fucking recalled or whatever. Like, it would somehow be less ridiculous than telling an artist that they can't release an album that you just haven't heard. It hasn't leaked online.
No.
It's not out there. Like, so how the fuck do you know? Maybe those two songs are like that and every other song on it are like fucking, do you know what I mean? Shit from Tomb of the Mutilated. You don't know. You just don't know yet.
No.
So how about sit on your hands for a couple of weeks, wait for the album to come out, let it hit your ears, and then just decide whether you like it or not. I'm with you. I don't particularly like Doris, to put it mildly. I'm not feeling it at all. And I don't know what the second track that they've released is.
Silence, the second track.
Right, okay. So I can understand being tepid. I can understand being, oh, what the fuck are they playing at? And all of these kind of things. If that's how you're feeling, that is fine. Do you know what? If I hadn't heard the record, and you'll get our view on the record in a couple of weeks' time, then my feeling would probably be like yours. I'd be like, what the fuck is Suicide Silence playing at? But how about we all wait for the record and then we just judge it then, eh?
Yeah, and if you don't like it, you don't know. Eddie Hamida is not going to come round your house and sing it to you when you're trying to go to sleep.
It's a brilliant mental image.
Well, I mean, what is this
Eddie
thing
Hamida is some sort of child catcher character.
If it comes out, I have to listen to it constantly when I don't want to. Like, this is not some sort of...
You just sat in your car and Eddie Hamida pops up on the back seat. For
you! Like, what is wrong with people?
Yeah.
I don't understand. I honestly, I don't think... Yeah, it's something that's like you get metal elitists and you get narrow-minded pricks, but this is just a whole new level of this is like the guy who came up with this is like the Jimi Hendrix of pricks. Like, you know how Jimi Hendrix revolutionized the guitar, and no one's ever done that before. This guy is like, no one's. I thought we'd taken being a prick to the highest possible standard it could ever be taken, but you have just busted that ceiling, my friend.
Just looking at the petition itself. Nuclear Blast, Suicide Silence, don't release new album, #no Doris. Like there's some dinner lady out there going, what did I ever do?
Yeah.
No Doris. So there you go. It's got 4,000 petitions, or virtually
4,000 sad little men.
4,000 supporters, all women. 4,000 supporters. No, I doubt it too. 4,000 signatures in 5 days. I would suggest that those 4,000 people go outside. Just have a look at the sun. Enjoy yourself. Get some air.
They've all got 12 followers on Twitter.
Eggs everywhere.
Yeah. And they just follow Phil Labonte.
There you go. Suicide Silence. Their new record's out in a couple of weeks. It's going to be a pretty explosive review when we get down to it. That's Not Metal is powered by Marshall. Join us for new episodes every single Friday featuring the most honest reviews, savage opinions, and everything you need from the world of rock and metal. Go onto iTunes or SoundCloud and search That's Not Metal and subscribe today. Premium podcasts are available at that'snotmetal.net. Come on over there and get our very best work. That'snotmetal.net for premium podcasts. That's Not Metal, powered by Marshall, available on iTunes and SoundCloud.